So I think that covers it for last week. So we'll move into this week ahead. And this week, I think the big headlines coming out. We've got a lot of central banks talking, starting off with the Bank of Canada.
Yeah, so with the Bank of Canada, we expected no change from the Bank of Canada. Same with the US Fed. So the US Fed is expected, no interest rate cuts, as well as the Bank of Australia. Bank of Japan. So that's a rate we're looking at on hold. But just deep diving into the US Fed, for example, we're expecting a pause. So it's about 98% when it comes to the US Fed, or just a bit under. So we're looking at pretty much expected pause based on the CME Fed Watch tool. We're then looking at September, so it's about 40%. So it's really almost a 50-50 core, which is 10% higher than the previous month. So a lot of the traders will probably really focus on what Powell has to say in the statement, followed by the actual rate announcement. So it's going to be key to see how that impacts not only any sub pairs that are matched against the US dollar, but also commodities like gold, for example, as well as silver. So it will be very interesting to see how that goes ahead when it comes to that sort of announcement. So we should be expecting a lot of volatility this week, and just need to make sure that our risk management strategies are in place to ensure we can tackle that sort of volatility. We're also looking at probably a really key data when it comes to the Aussie CPI, so the Consumer Price Index. So basically the quarterly figures for June, just to see what the actual, how that's going to impact the RBA's decision on the 12th of August. So we're looking at expected of 2.1%, but anywhere from that sort of 2.6%, we could potentially see a rate cut of 25 basis points. So it's going to be very key. Then it leads into a lot of the sort of US data points, which will also be helping with gauging where we're going to see the Fed when it comes to the upcoming sort of rate cuts. So we're looking still at September as a probable 25 basis points, and then potentially December, which is currently 42%. So it's very much 50-50, and that's going to impact a lot of the different pairs as well as commodities. But yeah, was it? And then we're just also looking to the tariff deadline.